Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful connecting with you, saying hi, hello. How do you do? What is happening? What's going on with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings I speak into you. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. For those who will hashtag and replay, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I could appreciate that. And then for those who will be used by God at some point down the road to encourage this here girl, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. So blessings, 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 and more blessings. So we've been talking about support systems all week long and looking at them. What is a support system? What is yours like? Is it sufficient for you? Kristen, good morning, my sister. Good morning. Sending love right back to you. Is it sufficient for you? Is your support system sufficient? Um, do you present yourself in a way where people know what it looks like to support you? Um, are you one of those people who live life as such that you believe or it is accurate that you don't have a support system outside of yourself? Either way, evaluating what it is. And then we've talked about appreciating. Hey, Coop Coop, good morning. Love you right back. And then we talked about this idea of appreciating your support system, right? And so I think at at any at any point in life, it can be a good point to just assess. Overall, let's talk about assessing and appreciating, right? Looking at what we know to be a support. First of all, let me just say this. I know, every fiber in my being knows that there is a support system for every last one of us. None of us have to do this on our own, do life alone. We don't. We don't. Regardless to what has been, hear me loudly, regardless to what your experience has been, you do not have to do life alone. It may seem like it because what your experience has been, or what your environment has been, who you've been engaging with. But I know that sowing and reaping is real, that the law of attraction is real. I know, love this. How do you get a support system? Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so forming your optimal support system. So it really is the basis of what they say. If you want a friend, you've got to show yourself friendly. If you want a friend, then whatever it is that you desire, you have to be that for others. You have to be that so that you set it in motion, that you have it, you get it yourself, not for the purposes of that, right? It's not really for a transactional. We're not trying to be transactional, but really at the core of your being, do you want to be the kind of person who is there for other people? If that is you, then begin to be that. Like, live that out, walk that out. If that isn't you, then you got to work on what is that? What's going on with you that you don't want to be there for other people? Because if that's the life you're living, then that's the life you're going to experience. So I heard Wayne Dyer say something so profound and powerful, lots of things, but this one thing. He said a woman walked up to him and she said she was new in town and she wanted to know what the people were like in town. And so he asked her, what were the people like in the town that you came from? And she said, oh, they were nasty and cantankerous. They were just not friendly people and da da da. And he said, that's about what you'll find here. And then he had a similar question from another woman. He asked her the same question. And she said, oh, they were lovely people. We had a great community. We always, did things together, so on and so forth. He said, oh, that's about what you'll find here. Do you see the principle, beloved? Do you see the principle? My belief, my knowing is that none of us have to do this thing called life alone. That we absolutely can have a healthy support system. Absolutely can. I'm not saying that it'll be without hiccups. I am not saying that there won't be challenges. We human. We are human. So if there will be challenges, beloved, I'm just saying. Right? However, there's some skills and techniques and some practices, some commitments that we can make that mitigate challenges. But challenges help us to grow too. Thank God it's Friday. Hey, Ray Price, good morning. Right back to you. Right back. Thank you for your prayers. So see, how do we form an optimal support system? Be an optimal support for somebody else. It is that simple. I'm not saying it's easy, but I am saying it's simple. Be an optimal support for someone else. Make sure that where you can, and I'm not encouraging any of us to like wear ourselves out, to do more than we're available to do, to live an unbalanced, upside down life. I'm not saying that at all. But there's someone within your proximity or some way where you can support. You can be a human support. A human support. Great at supporting others. It does not always come back. Right. So that's the other part, right? That's the other part is I learned that other element is that sometimes we don't. So I ran into this personality type. It was myself. This personality type. And when I run into people generally who have that comment or that statement, it is that people don't really know how to support us. Good morning, cousin. Love you guys. Love you right back. People often don't know how to support us because what we have done, at least what I did, is I was the kind of person that when things were happening, I didn't generally talk about them when things were happening, right? I didn't generally talk about them because for me, when I'm in the middle of it, I can't do a lot of talking about it because I need to kind of work it through. And I had a tendency to talk about it after I'd gotten through and kind of share with people what happened and da da da. So what happened is that people didn't really know how to be with me through a process because I had never taught them. So I want us to think about it in this way. Are there ways that we're not really clear about our communication, about how people can support us? Because eventually what I had to do is I had to become very almost pragmatic, not assume that people knew what to do or knew what I needed. I literally had to ask. I had to begin to, so the statement of teach people how to treat us, I had to be very pragmatic in teaching people how to support me. I had to build a bridge because I was everybody's support. I went, I did, I da. And because of the way I lived, good morning, Erica. Hey, honey bun, you made it on here. Because of the way I lived, people kind of assumed that I never needed support, right? Because it didn't appear as if I needed support. But, and most of the times I didn't need the kind of support that I gave to people. I often didn't need that kind of support. So there literally was an instruction period that once I had a big thing that happened in my life and almost nobody showed up. And I was so devastated, nobody showing up for the situation and da. And I knew people loved me. I'm like, what the heck? What happened? Yes, quiet. I need to do that. Right. Like almost no. And so I was like, what? I know these people love me. Why are they not? And then as I stepped back and looked, I'm like, they don't know how. They don't know how. And if I want support, I'm going to have to teach. And some people are like, well, they ought to know. All they got to do. I hear that. And if that's your statement, then it's going to take you longer to get support. I just rather accept that it is that and do the work that I need to do. Let me just go on, and because then after that, like, I live a life that people fully know how to support me now. Because you are so strong. Oh, thank you. I don't know. I am strong, but also have challenges, right? I have challenges. And and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But when I thought about what the alternative was, is I could either have the honest conversations about so for instance, one time I had a really dear, like a brother, who passed, and I had two young women who were, I was in my day-to-day life, and I was up in my room, and I was, grieving and things like that. And I heard them downstairs, and I didn't feel good that they were downstairs just kikiing and whatever, laughing and whatever. And so I text them, and I was like, when I'm grieving, I don't necessarily like to be alone. And like immediately they came on up the stairs and just sat in the room with me. Now it probably felt odd and awkward to them, because hey, what you gonna say if somebody's grieving? There's nothing you can say. But it did feel better for me that they were in the room. They would have never known that if I didn't say it. If I didn't say it, they would have never known it. So we've got to, first of all, we got to know what we need. That's first. Because if we don't know what we need, if we don't know what helps us to feel better, if we don't know what helps us to live, if we don't know what support looks like to us, then nobody else is going to really know for sure. There's going to be a shot in the dark and try to figure it out, right? That's the thing. So get clarity on what you need, find your voice, and be able to ask for it, specifically, what does it look like for you to receive what it is that you need? What does that look like to you to get what you need? And who's available? This is the other thing. Hear me. Come closer. Come closer. It might not come from who you think it's supposed to come from. You see here the word supposed to? Might not come from that person. Not because they're bad people. Not because they don't want to. Thank you. I need a voice. Get better at receiving. Yes, yes, yes. It's not because they don't want to. Sometimes they literally can't. I live by this very powerful understanding that at any given time, everybody is doing the best that they can. At any given time, every human is doing their best. Best, hear me though, best doesn't equal good. Some people's best is absolutely not good. Some people's best could get somebody killed. Okay? But if I know that somebody is doing their best and their best falls short of what I need, then I'm not going to keep going to them for what I need, because it doesn't make any sense at all. It makes no sense at all. I'm going to keep coming up short, and I'm going to keep being frustrated, and I'm going to frustrate them. Well, their frustration is their choice. Whether they're frustrated or not, that's but I'm going to keep getting frustrated. Yes. All are doing the best. Believe that too. Right. And so if their best falls short of what I need, it's on me to make the adjustment. It's not up to somebody else to adjust. Now, but if we live a life of knowing that support is available for me, let's see if I've got gook in the way that's stopping me from getting support. Let me see if I've got gook in the way, because I know just simply from life principles, however you talk about it, you can talk about it from God, you can talk about it from law of attraction, sowing and reaping, however it is that you talk about it. I know that if we are showing up for people and we are available to receive, we will receive. So, right, Christians, I heard what you said in the last one. Yeah, you got to be available to receive, because sometimes it's ego that gets in the way. Sometimes, I'm going to tell you the truth. Sometimes we can get kind of almost like a God complex, where we're used to being the one who shows up for everybody else. It feels real odd for somebody to show up for us, right? It feels real odd. It's difficult to receive, because we are not used to being in those vulnerable receiving is vulnerable. Receiving is vulnerable. Yes, it is. It's vulnerable to receive. And so we've got to know what it is. But this is the thing that I invite you to know. Just know that a healthy support system, a vibrant, healthy human support system is available for you. Absolutely. Just know that. Just receive that. Receive that. A vibrant human support system is available for you. Make that your truth. Make that your knowing, period. And then from there, if you don't see it, keep looking for it. Keep showing up in that way. Keep being that for somebody. There is no way that you won't get it. That you won't get it. Let me ask you what you're focused on. Are you focused on the deficit of it, or are you looking for it? Are you focused on the deficit of a thing? I don't have it. I never will have it. It just doesn't happen for me. We know whatever we focus our attention on, we get more of that. Or are you looking for it? Not looking for it in desperation, but looking for it from a place of knowing, oh, it's mine to have. It's my birthright. It is my birthright. Absolutely. So I have an absolutely amazing support system, very vibrant, very alive, very robust. And I am a part of lots of folks' support system as well. Given it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Right? As a man thinketh so, a woman thinks so, so are they. I'm gonna make me a list. I need to find those statements. Anyway, I love y'all. Christian, it was good to see you again today, my sister. Thank everybody for being on this morning. Cool. Thank you, Ray Price. Thank you, Margie, and Erica made it back. All right. At the moment that God gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished. You and I, we gave up the right to not be amazing. You say, yes, I need encouragement when I'm going through, not criticism. Absolutely. And so what we do is we teach people how to talk to us. So I had someone to engage me the other day. I was supporting them and they kind of bit me a little bit. I'm like, hold up. No. I'm your friend where words matter. I'm your friend who my love language, my primary love language are words of encouragement, words of affirmation. That's my primary love language. So you can't talk to me like that. You can't. And she didn't mean nothing by it. This is how she has a tendency to talk to folk. And it's okay. They're used to it. I'm never going to get used to it because I don't want to. It doesn't feel good to me. And so we're not going to be in good relationship. I'm not going to be in good relationship with anybody who talks to me in those ways. And so criticism, that's a hard boundary for me. It's a hard boundary. We can have hard conversations. You can assess, you can observe, you can critique, you can all those things. Like if you have that role in my life, if you don't have the role, then I'm going to look at you like sideways, like I'm not understanding what gave you the permission to even offer me that. Right? Because what? That's trespassing. You don't have, proximity gives access, right? Proximity gives privileges. And if you don't have proximity like that, first of all, you don't have the right to whatever. Number one, that's a different thing. But then it's thank you for your love. But then the second thing is teach people how to treat you. Like no one will can ever say that I'm critical of them. No one can ever accurately say that. Number one, no one will ever be able to say that I use my words recklessly with anyone. No one will ever be able to say that. Never. Unless I'd have just lost it. Like I don't, and that's possible. So let me take the never off. I mean, Like 99.9% of the time, people will not be able to say that. But I could have an off moment. But my principle of living does not allow me to be reckless with my mouth. And why is that? Because I am very sensitive about words. I'm very sensitive. Now, I might not respond to it because I know how to manage my emotions, but I promise you, I do not appreciate being spoken to in ways that are reckless or critical. And so I'm very, very vocal about what my, I'll just say, pet peeves are. People in my life know that I don't like it when people do for me what I could do for myself. And what I mean is this, is like, give me a chance to make my mistakes because I need that. That's what helps me to feel good. That's what helps me to feel powerful. But when people kind of come in and just do the thing, I'm just like, no, I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for that. At the same token, I don't walk up into people's lives. I'm permission seeking. Is that what you like for me? This is what I'm considering. What do you, because it's their life. Just because you know better does not give you the license to walk up in somebody else's life and take it over. Just because you know better, unless they've given you permission, unless they can't do it for themselves, they're incapacitated in some way. Otherwise, people have autonomy and they have a right to make the wrong decision so that they can learn and build muscle and now next time be able to make the right decision. All right. You're our blessing and a bright light in this world. Thank you for being you. Great words. You're welcome. You're welcome, my sister. All right. I love y'all. I appreciate you. Have a fantastic day. This was a great conversation. Bye-bye now. Thank you, Kristen. I received that.